Thank you, Mari. Look at this! Look at this! It's 9:27. 1,000,000 roses! How the hell? My God.
Starry_Breeze here.
My
Did you bring
God.
me any moss?
I'm going to aim for the fourth square. Right here. I'm aiming right in the fourth square. I'm going to aim for that fourth square right there.
Morning, Snowmeth. How goes
Hey,
it?
Snow. Oh, shit.
Let the games begin. Pick a spot to drop from.
Let's go.
Ever heard of chaos theory? Well, this is
Oh! Woo!
Oh, I am filled with rage about the whole nobody dying thing.
Yeah! Learn that white strawberries exist. Now, Daisy, female. Daisy's name in Japan is Horumon, apparently. A second cousin who is a cow through and through. Their running speed is the same as whether on 2 or 4 legs. I'm glad they don't have the old description for Daisy. For those who don't know, Daisy's feet squirt milk when she runs. I just think this is important for y'all to know. I'm glad this guy has no peripheral vision whatsoever. What? What? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Boom! Oh! Is that really?
Potpourri_opossum. So happy you're here.
1,000,000 roses? Amazing! That's amazing! We're rather impressed. Such a pointless exercise. Well, thank you for doing it. We're so pleased. Yes, let's go home now.
You did it.
Thank you, Mari. Look at this! Look at this! It's 9:27. 1,000,000 roses! How the hell? My God. My God. I'm going to aim for the fourth square. Right here. I'm aiming right in the fourth square.
Everyone else, choose a
I'm
slot
going to aim for that fourth square right there. Hey, Snow. Oh, shit.
Let the games begin. Pick a spot to drop from.
Let's go.
Ever heard of chaos theory? Well, this is
Oh! Woo!
Oh, I am filled with rage about the whole nobody dying thing.
Yeah!
Oh, hello, Imoro100. Fancy seeing you here.
Learn that white strawberries exist. Now, Daisy, female. Daisy's name in Japan is Horumon, apparently. A second cousin who is a cow through and through. Their running speed is the same as whether on 2 or 4 legs. I'm glad they don't have the old description for Daisy. For those who don't know, Daisy's feet squirt milk when she runs. Hello! The auto hotkeys for my new stream stuff didn't work. which is always fun to know that that's going to happen. I need your help. Okay? I need your help here. And if you're like, what do you mean you need our help? I need you to tell me. On Twitch, you hear the music, right? On Twitch, you hear the music? We should be good there. Can somebody go to YouTube and tell me if you hear the music? Because you shouldn't hear it there. That's where we're at right now. I need to make sure you don't hear it over there. Because we had an issue this morning where you could hear it on both no matter what, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So there should be no music over on the YouTube side. If I've got everything fixed. It's entirely possible I don't have it fixed and we're screwed. I'm going to pull up another thing I forgot to open. Soundboard. Visuals. But also, hello Bwee, hello Snow, hello Possum, hello Amoru, hello Rose. I don't have the drawing stuff quite yet. Do we have... I'm gonna pull up my own stream because I don't know if anybody's wanting to pull that open themselves. So... I'm gonna pull up my own stream. One sec, gotta mute my mic. There is no music there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what I wanted to make sure. So... There's no music there. Perfect. Ah! Perfect, perfect, perfect. Stop it. Video didn't stop. Actually, can I get... If I go here... We're doing Promise Mascot Agency stuff. We should be listening to Promise Mascot Agency music, right? Rude. There we go. Okay. So we have a soundboard effect, which many of you have probably seen before. I'm gonna open it and it's gonna play and you're gonna be confused because it's gonna be on the wrong screen. This. Right? I made this a while back. I'm gonna turn the volume on it. I made this a while back. And I really like this, and I still have access to the files, right? So, not that one, no. But I made this one. And because of my new overlay, a better idea would be on the edges outside this. If I have a separate image fade in for that, right? So I want to change this to have this play, but have the rest there. Now I'm redoing the framework on it. So I have the reference. This was the reference in game. And you can see we had this design, which is cool and looks good. But I want to get this kind of this fan design because I think that'll work really nicely for what I'm going for. But I do have to get the color more down to this. So really quick, I am going to Windows Shift S. I'm just going to grab that color right there. Actually, Windows Shift S, and let's grab that, okay? So we're going to grab that and paste this down. This is the color I am after, specifically. I'm after that color. Now, I can do overall image adjustments and stuff, but I need to change this layer to really fit that color. Because that color does work really well, and that's our goal, is I want to match that. Let me cancel that and move this over. So I haven't done an art stream in a while, so I do apologize if I'm a little bit out of sorts. Please do bear with me. I also haven't opened Photoshop in like a year. Well, I haven't opened Photoshop in like 6 months. So we're all around messed up right now. But we should be able to do something. Let's do a gradient overlay. And then this side, this side has an opacity of 100%. We're doing 100% on both. That is fine. But I want to do color, and I want this one to be perfectly that color, right? And now the other end is set to white. which is fine, but I'm going to set its opacity to 0. And I'm going to grab it again at that same color, right? So we've got this set up. I am missing the window for Navigator. If you've never seen me do an art stream, well, welcome. Welcome to the time where you get to complain about everything I'm doing. But now we've got that. Now what we can do is we can go to blend mode and we can do a couple different ways of messing with this. But you can see we've got this gradient now, and this is already looking a lot better. I do need to go here and zoom out though. I don't need the histogram. I want this so you can see it all. Nope, too big. I am trying so hard to get a very specific value here. There we go. Okay. That's all I wanted. But the point is, I want to adjust this in a way that feels a little bit... I want it to still feel vintage. This is kind of the thing. So like while I'm doing this, I want to make everything feel kind of worn down. I think we were getting it pretty well with screen, actually. And then we can adjust that. But I think screen is working really well. That feels kind of blown out in a way, right? You know, I'm going to put that all the way up. And then I'm actually going to go here. And we could adjust the opacity. I've got white behind it, which would do it to the whole thing. But I think what we want to do is I'm going to take the background. I'm going to unlock that. Copy that color. And then we're going to put that behind all of this. Okay. And then we go back over. Hey, Tyga. Also, I don't know if I said hello to Mellow and Clue, but hello, Mellow. Hello, Clue. Something like that actually feels pretty close. Now, the one thing I'm noticing here is while I could do this, right? I could definitely do this as the background thing in itself. I think I need to worry about this feeling like a flashbang if I do it too aggressively. So what we're actually going to do here is I am going to go in and I am going to add another layer. I can't find my... Where's my... I'm going to add another layer, go here, put that over top. Grab that. And I'm not 100% here, but I think... Linear burn's looking good. Let's see. There's screen. Screen looks horrible. Do a linear burn and then we reduce it. Something like that. So we're halfway in between, I think, these two colors here. We've got a good contrast for this frame, right? Like this feels right to me. This also feels like really chill. Like I like this kind of vibe here. Now, the one thing I would like to mess with, and I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it. So I am going to go back into blending options. And I think I can do... So I am getting rid of the black that is in the background here. That already feels a lot better, though we do still have a little bit in that top center fan that feels a little too dark. So we're going to pop that back open again. There we go. So I like how this feels. See it at 100%. Yeah. See, I like how this feels. This feels clean. This feels like exactly what we need here. Now, I'm not 100%, but let's try... This might be a bad call, so I'm going to save it first. But if we go into filters and we do Where are you? Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I'm missing an option here. There we go. I want this. I didn't actually want emboss. Where are... There it is. Nope, that's not it. So my concern right now is we've got very rough edges, right? But there should be... Problem is, it's not giving me a preview. Yeah, so that did nothing. I mean, it did a little bit, but not what I was after. I want to soften this because, like, I mean, we aren't going to see most of it because it's going to be at that. But, like, that's still a little bit gritty, and I'd like to soften it just a little bit. That feels pretty good, though I am worried about the edges. Looks like the edges are fine. Right about there. I think that's enough to soften everything in a way that doesn't feel wrong. I like it. I like it. I don't know if y'all agree, but I like it. So I'm going to save that. And now we got to open After Effects. Ugh. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Half of After Effects is on my other screen, and I don't know why. No, really, that was the size of my open a thing. So this is the original image we had. So those all pop in, it's got the sound. Now, what we were doing before, we had background in here, which is down here. Where are you? Stripe, success, confetti, black solid. Where is border? Right there, right? So that's all I want to... Well, I want to get rid of that. Right? So that is our main goal. So now we're just going to be down to this with the glitter. This is all we want. So if we play it... Everything else stays the same. That's what we had before. So that's what I want. So I'm going to save that. Apparently I've lost my file locations when I do it in this because it's converted. Go to our soundboard, visuals, promise mascot agency, PMA new, got it. Okay, and then this, we now... it should be file, export, add to render queue. Now the problem is I lost my old QuickTime settings. Which is a little bit annoying, so I got to remember what we need. So we need alpha, we need alpha in this. We could do this. I want QuickTime, channels, RGB, and alpha, millions of colors, pre-multiplied, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully this is correct. I am not certain this is correct. But I think it is, so we're just going to hit OK. Location. PMA success. New.mov. And render. Ooh. Yay, door. Okay, so really quick. So we gotta have this. So I should be able to, I think I can just hit this. So there's our new one, right? And that doesn't have the border. So that's step one. We've got it without a border now. Ow. Hi Obi, hi Door, hi Salix. So we've got the new one. That's already like our biggest part of this. That's actually like a big problem that needed addressed. But now, in order to keep the timing right, rather than make a new one, we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna take border, and then we're gonna remove the confetti. We're gonna remove the sound from the reference. All of that should be good. We just want the border. Everything is selecting at once. We just want the border. So now if I'm right, so the border popped in. The only difference is like I don't have an animation on this if I do this, which I'm a little worried about not doing. It's not up there long, but I think, so for that, I would need to get rid of these and just have this image as one that would be scrolling and looping. I'm not even sure if it's tileable at its current position. So I think... Let me see the original again. It's very slowly moving up. We don't even need to move it. It's moving at a small enough amount. We don't need to move it. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to take this one and we're going to replace this footage here, which is the one that was sliding. And we're just going to take that image as is, go in here, find our soundboards, find our visuals, promise Mascot agency. I haven't saved it as a new image. File, export, save for web. Oh. PNG24. We don't need transparency in this one. Save. Stop putting me in the wrong folders. We go into Daisy. Go here. Soundboard. Visuals. Promise Mascot agency. Promise BG. New. Go in here. Promise BG new. Are we not gonna replace border? Oh, because border is its own thing. That's why. So what I had before is I had a background here. And I want no sound. I want, you know what, we can just put this here. And then I think in the original, yeah, so this would have the same timing, right? It's just a fade in, fade out. That's all I need. No sound, nothing. So now we're going to add this to render queue. Apparently QuickTime didn't save. Amazing. I need RGB alpha. I need that. That's all good. How do I save these render settings? Like, I want this to be permanent, right? How do I make that permanent? Oh, no, 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 no. Because I know this is what I want. But I don't see a way to make that a permanent option. I know there's a way to do it because I did it before, which is why I had one with a different name before. I don't know why I can't. I have to look into that later. It's fine. PMA, success, BG, new, save, render. Okay. So now I've got to do kind of this on the other computer, which you can't see, so I do apologize for this. But we are going to go to Soundboard. Or I guess this is under Victory. Yes, Promise Success is the name of it. We're going to open that up. So right now, Promise Success plays on game screen. We're going to move that, which should be... is it mid no light? So if I play it here. So that's where we're moving it to. That's the new position for it. However, the video it's playing is not the one we want. So we're going to go over here, go Soundboard, Visuals, Promise Mascot Agency. It's only showing MP4 and WebM. Okay, so I can do all files. I don't know if this will work. We'll try it. So this is a MOV file. Okay, so it's playing the sound, but it's not playing the video. So I need to convert these. And I do not have my old file converter. Awesome. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, what were you called? Crap. Not you. Where are you? I used to have a program for this and I can't remember it. I hate that I'm finding like, oh, you can use these. Like, I'm not after that. Awesome, Taiga. I'm guessing it's apple juice, but just as a question, what kind is it? I am not finding. I really wish I could remember the name of the program because again, I used to have a program for this. Is it you? No, that's to make an APNG. I'm looking through my files if there's anything in here. No. What was it? Everybody's linking to something called Shutter. There we go. That was the one. I was looking through Reddit posts to find the name of it. So I've had a problem with trying to use, like, not trying to use, sorry. Apple juice is one of those things where I just can't. Never been able to get into apple juice. It always makes me feel sick. I enjoy apple slices, but like the moment it's like juice, like I can't. I'm installing a new program right now, live on stream. Am I really not allowed to pin this? The hell?
Hey,
Player,
you're really good at this game.
I love that, as though I'm playing a game. Okay, so close it now. Get rid of that little pop-up, and then open it again. Okay, this is Shutter Encoder. Shutter Encoder is actually, like, really good. We choose our file. Go here, go back. I need to open up Daisy again. Go into here. Soundboard. Visuals. Promise Mascot Agency. And we're going to have to do this twice. It's going to be both of these. So we're going to grab both of those. These need to go to a VP9. VP9 will actually remember what I've told it to do. So VP9, none of this entirely matters. I need advanced features, and we need to make sure we enable alpha. Because alpha is how we're actually going to be able to use this in a clean way. Max quality, because I don't want to lose anything. And I think... BG new is going. And we wait. Ugh. Big stretch. I don't know why it's sitting on this. It appears to be struggling. Did you crash? Please don't tell me you crashed. That's a bad sign. Oh, no, there it goes. It did make it further eventually. Okay, you got to make 2 of them, though. Okay, we got the 1. Now, there's a reason I'm doing it this way, which is going to sound a little weird. But basically, we're doing the 1, and then what we're going to do is, after we've got this one set up, the next one, so it's now going to be split in 2, right? So now, if we play what we had before... it doesn't want to play it now. I want to do this one. Try it again. So you can see we've got no frame on it now, right? Which is great, but now we need to duplicate that. And we've also got our background. So if we play these now, which is still not quite right, right? But we're going to move. We need to do this. It should be... I'm not sure where this is in my layers. I'm not even sure if I have a spot for this. So it might be here. No, this is going to be weird. Yeah, we can't even tell it's there. Do I have a spot for this one? Where's this one go? Nowhere. Driftables is going to be a sliver somewhere. Yeah, there goes Driftables. So I am missing a source for this. So we've never made one. So overlays, and I need a new one, and we're just going to call this in front of sky, which I'm great at names, as you can all tell. We're going to do in front of sky. We're going to copy that name and close that. And then we need to go back into our action groups. Promise success is here. And I'm going to choose in front of sky for that. But the problem we've got right now is I don't have a scene for that. So if we go to sky, actually, do I go to scenes? Where do I want to be this? Rear is that. Mid has that. So I think we go mid layer. Because we do want it in front of that. But I need to do a browser source. And this would be MIU in front of sky. Make source visible. Go here. 1920 by 1080. Shutdown when not visible. Refresh at end. That ended up in the weather. There we go. So what should happen now when I play this, so we've got a new source. So what should happen now is if I hit play, okay, it's still on the wrong layer. I was slightly wrong. I was thinking that that would be behind the game. So I'm a little sad that that's in the wrong spot, but that's not too bad. Let's go back in here. We're going to unlock that, copy it, put in the rear layer, paste it there, and that goes right there. And then remove that one. And then we'll try it again. Yeah! Okay, so I know that may seem like kind of a pointless thing. But like, I think that's so much cooler than what we had. Like, there's more character in that, right? Like, it's not the biggest difference, but I think compared to before where it was all on one layer and in front of my game, now, again, wrong one. But now it goes behind me, but then it also goes behind the game. So we've got a much more dynamic visual going on. Right, I'm happy with that. I think that's a really good change, and that's immediate. That is an immediate change. So let me go in here, go into our stream changes. So we'll do that. I need to see that again. I want to make sure the colors work because I wasn't actually paying attention to part of that. So when I redeem this, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. That feels good. Okay, so I've got a log of ideas and I need to go in here and I need to look at it and go, okay, that needs to be checked off. So I think this was ideas. Did I not write this one in here? Huh. Okay. Let's see. I did that. I'm pretty happy with what we've got going on, though. Like, I think all of this is good. I hope everybody's doing all right today, though. I hope you all have been chilling okay. I'm not going to save that version. So I would like to do a new little thing here. So we've talked about how I want to do a kind of Katamari mask layer, right? And I'm not entirely sure how to do some of this. Oh no, Dor, but I'm glad you got a replacement. Let's see. Can I get a vector of a Katamari? So I'm gonna look up Katamari vectors and see if anybody's got one to make my life easier here. Meow, meow, meow. You know, I think our best method here is actually going to be... We're going to go to model resource, one of my favorite sites. So this is model resource. We're going to go here and we're just going to type in Katamari, right? I saw Taiga. I'm really glad. See, this is what happens when you actually like get arrested and you get to hang out with people. People do like you. I know the paranoia of thinking people don't like you and stuff, but people do like you. You are great. You are chill. You're a weirdo, but in a good way, you know? Okay, so we need a Katamari shape, and I need something interesting. So let's do... I'm trying to picture the Katamari like wedged into the ground, right? So if the Katamari were wedged into the ground, maybe we do something like that. That angle. And then I'm just going to grab this. Actually, can I change the background? I think there's a way to change the background here. Yeah. So I don't like using chroma key green, but it'll hopefully remove cleanly from this. Okay. So this is what we're after. And we need to do some selecting. I mean, yeah, that's about as selected as we can get. All right, so now we've got our Katamari. We've got a clean image of a Katamari. I'm happy with that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So now what I want to do is I wanted to make these into like I want to make this into a cutout, right? I want to make this into a cutout that is laying ding. I want to make this into a cutout that is laying on the screen. So in order for me to pull this off, I need a kind of a wood pattern, and I don't know if we have any built in. Do we have? We don't have any freebie ones. What I used to use, can I add my own? Import pattern. It needs to be a pat file. I don't have any. Can usually do stuff like this though when you scale it way down or scale it way up. I should have my texture in here somewhere. Art. Yep, recycled paper base. Right here. This may not look like much, but this is actually like my own little thing here. So I made this texture, and I made it specifically for stuff like this. So I can go, and I can apply it to whatever it's on top of. Now there's a lot of spots for it. Oh, there's also a way here. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, we don't want multiply, color burn. What I'd like, see, what I want is the screen, right? So screen is a really good one. We're going to go here. We're going to select there and go back. So now we're just screening it onto the shape. Oh no, door! I'm going to go here to our blend. Do a color overlay. Do white. So there it is without any color. I'm going to grab this layer. I'm going to paste it in there. Oop. Control Shift V, place it and paste it in place. So you can't really see any difference here, but it means I can do stuff like I can take this current one and I can fade that down, right? So then we've got our we've got a cutout. Right? Like, so picture these Katamari in the environment as little mask layers, and then y'all be drawing on top of these Katamari. Right, I just got to figure out, like, where's the right... Something like that, and then they'll just be set in the environment, wedged in there, and then you'll be painting on these. I think it'll be really cute. I don't know if y'all agree, but that's what I've been thinking about, is something like this. And I'm going to group these into one. Oop. Grab the group! I mean, that one was technically correct. So basically, the idea is I create this setup here, right? And then every one of these, I really want... Like, this is the thing, they're in the group. I think I can merge the group. We're just going to merge the group down. So now I've got that, and then I do Control V. We've got another one. And I can go, okay, well, this one will take and we'll rotate that slightly. So that way we've got a different kind of Katamari shape. And we'll do another one. Now, they are a bit oversized. So what I'm hoping to do is we'll take this and we'll put these in the overlay for y'all to draw on. And then I will give them a slightly larger scale to them, so that way there's space around them. Because like right now there's not much space, right? I'll give you all more space to this, so that way you'll be able to kind of go outside of the box on them. So I want to do, let's see, edit. How do I change the canvas size? Image, canvas size, there we go. Let's do 1920 by 1920. We end up with this. Group 1 being annoying, as per usual. Get rid of all of that. Right, but we'll take... God damn it. Just put it at the highest point so we can get rid of all of it. Okay. I'm going to delete that one and delete that one just to make my life easier. So now we've got that one. We do Control V. We've got a second one. And this one can go a little bit more over. I think we need to take this one and go down a little bit as well. God damn it. I don't want them to be, like, touching. I want them in areas like this, right? So there's enough space where I can be like, okay, but if you go outside this, it's going to be different. So it'll allow you all to kind of have things stuck to the Katamari. Deselect that. Ow! Rude. Hey, Maple. I'm just going to circle that. There we go. And then grab that, paste there. And then this one can go there. How's it going, Maple? We do that. Paste another one in. Take this one. I feel like 5 is enough. It may actually be too many. This is kind of the thing. I don't know how many of these I need. But the idea is that you'll be able to pick and choose which one you want, right? Keep them a little bit away from the sides. Get that one more central. That one there. And then this one is, of course, going to be the problem. Just going to create that. There we go. I'm doing decent. Now what we need to do, in order to make this really work, and this is where I'm a little worried. What I want to do, because there's no, I want to do an emboss. And we can do an inner shadow, which will do part of it. We can do a drop shadow, right? And a drop shadow will work. Going to do a normal drop shadow. You can see it right there, right? I don't want any spread. I don't want any noise. I think it's better, actually, to not do a drop shadow, but I want to do... I do want a drop shadow. This is the thing. I want a drop shadow. I need the spread at 100% so it's solid. That's what it was. So the problem with this, though, is... I can line it up in all sorts of directions. I want it to be like that, where it looks 3D, but the problem is, the further I get from the point I'm at, the harder it's going to be to get that to look right. I just want something like that, right? It's not perfect, but it's definitely enough that it gets across the message. So I think we're okay with that. Because I just want it to look like it's a 3D cutout. The problem, though, is we're not getting 3D in spots I feel like it matters. Like, if I do, what, a 0-degree angle, what do we get? I mean, that's a 0. A 0 works pretty well. But I like the idea of just having these... They almost look like cookies now that I'm looking at them. But I like the idea of just having them spread out like this, and then we do, okay, take that, and then copy layer style. And I can paste this onto all of them. Now, the reason I'm doing these separately is I kind of want some of them to look like they're tilted the other way. Cookie Mari. But, like, okay, so like this bottom right one is this one, right? So we're going to go over here. And instead of 0, we're going to do 180. And I'll just copy that so I don't have to type it again. And we'll have that one that way. Okay, it changed all of them. Why did it change all of them? I just wanted to change... You're not supposed to do that. Oh, global light, that's why. There we go. So now that's on that one. And then we need the upper right one. Now we could make the center one a different angle, but I think just having... I think I want 3 of them off to the side like this. Off to the one side and then 2 to the other. But yeah, we'll have these on the overlay. You'll be able to just kind of see the Katamari design. This will be what you'll be drawing, this kind of style in... You'll be drawing this kind of style in Magma, right? So we had these before. These were in Magma. These are what you'll get to draw on. They'll be at double the size, so just to approximate them with the overlay. They'll be about this big. For a little drawing thing, maybe a little bit bigger, like there is what you're going to see in Magma, and you'll get to draw on them. But parts of them might be stuck in the ground. Just a little bit. So, like, a little bit of this might be under, and I'm going to have to create a little, like, design to go, hey, this area is outside of it, right? Don't draw here. But the general idea is I'm going to create these. I'm going to give these a background mask. So we'll re-enable this layer. Now I don't want to do, so typically you would do a color like this, right? You would do a chroma key and you would blind everybody, and everybody would hate this as a background color if you were dealing with this and I was chroma keying things out, right? The least likely color to be used would actually probably be like here, which is still really harsh. I don't want to put y'all in a spot where you're dealing with a harsh color just to draw. We could do a dark purple, but that's the color, like we're nearing the color of my pants. Like, where's the color that we pick for this that isn't too much, right? The other option we go into is I do this and I take a custom mask layer, which I think is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to create this and then I'll create a circle mask around it. So you're going to get this image as its own thing. And let me grab... This should work, I hope. What I'm going to grab then is I'm going to grab this again, and we're going to paste this in, right? And we're going to give you this. This is what you'd be drawing on. Right? Which doesn't seem like much. Like, this is what you'd be drawing on. Is the hope. And then I can cut them out. The problem we run into, though, if we do this, the problem we run into is that doing this as the drawing surface, we end up with a an area here, right? These are not... you can't exceed the edges of these if you're drawing on this. So from here, and this is where it gets annoying, here is where I have to go, okay, I need a circle. And then that circle would have to be something like chroma key green. Right? So you would end up getting like this, and then this would be placed around it. And then that's what you all get to draw on. But here's the thing. I've got green in my overlay. Do I want to use green? Do I want to use purple? I got yellow. Like, what color don't we have? Red. Red is the one color we don't have. I could put red there. And I don't think most people would draw in red. Here, chill. We could take the red and desaturate it a little bit like that. I think that's probably the best we're going to get is something like this, right? Where we've got a shape. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. Right, something like that. And then again, I'll be cutting off like the base of these. But I think that'll be kind of self-explanatory. So we take that one, and then we make another one, and we move that one behind this one. Take another one, place that one behind this one. Take that one, place it behind that one, right? So then you would have all your Katamari's. Hey, input. So this would basically be what you would all be drawing on in Magma, right? I don't think that's too weird of a design. I do hate that they're not centered on this canvas. As an overall thing, can I... Somewhere like there. Just to make sure there was nothing down there. But yeah, I think this will work. I think this will work for Magma, right? Like, you all would get to draw on my overlay. You would all get to draw on the Katamari's and stick them on. I think the only issue we could really run into is it not masking cleanly, but I think that color should go well. I don't like the idea of using a mask. Before, we didn't have to do one. Before, it was just like, here's the edge of where you're drawing. Anything outside of that doesn't quite work. But I think this will work really well. So I am going to save as. Ow. And we are in the art. I need to go to magma, and then this is going to be magma, Katamari, cutout, base. There we go. Maximize compatibility. Which soundboard is this? So this one isn't soundboard. We did soundboard stuff already, so I do realize the title might be a little out of it. We redid the Promise Mascot one already, though. So if I go over here really quick for you, we did this one. So now it's behind me, but in front of the sky, and it's behind the screen, it's behind me, but it's in front of the sky. And then the text is popped out of it. So it feels a little better. Oh, that's awesome, Harlequin. What we're working on right now specifically is for magma, because I wanted everybody to be able to draw. Awesome door. I wanted everybody to be able to draw. Hey, Timber. I wanted everybody to be able to draw on the screen. And one of the big things I was like, I need to find a way to give people something to draw on. So we've got a bunch of Katamari here. And then those Katamari will be on the overlay, wedged into the moss on the ground, right? I'm going to have to do that off camera because I don't think that's going to be a fun experience for everybody. But we'll basically have this. And then I believe if I take this out and I make this a mask layer, it'll mask out these shapes perfectly. I may need to resize it or adjust the edges, but it should, in theory, work perfectly, especially if I take like this and then I just do, hey, everything in a group. Go like this, and I say blending options for the group. We do a color overlay, and we just say those need to be like that. Oh, that's not right. Color overlay like that. Do-do-do-do. Art, magma, cutout, mask. Right, so the idea is that you'll have a mask layer. I'll put these on here. You'll all be able to draw on the Katamaris. The Katamari will be sliding across the landscape. Well, they'll be moving with the landscape that we've got here. I'll just basically sticking magma in the same frame as the stream avatars. So they'll be placed into the scenery, moving along with it. And then y'all will be able to kind of see your drawings move around with your stream avatars. That's the idea, anyway. I'm hoping it works out. I feel like that's the best way I'm gonna get it. What is going on? My Twitch sub goal color is wrong. I just realized looking at it, we've got the line, but we don't have the meter. What's going on over there? So that's gonna be our next little project. Assets, goal bars. Yeah, my Twitch sub goal bar. Is that this one? I think Twitch changed the design of these. So like if I remove the crop, what are we looking at? No, that is it. Advanced mask, no. Color correction's fine. Color key, that. Apparently my color key just broke. Okay, well, it's fixed. Nailed it. Problem solved. I don't know what was going on there. I just looked at it, I'm like, that don't look right. It was just the line. It was missing the whole bar. And now we swapped over to the Streamloots bar. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, the best way to support me is via Streamloots. It helps out a ton. We're also actually live right now on YouTube. I'm not actually there to interact with the chat or anything like that. I don't believe they can chat over there. Well, I'm sorry, and I'm glad to hear that, Pilot. But yeah, so basically we're live on YouTube as well. YouTube is not for views. Chat should be disabled on YouTube. YouTube is basically is there to automatically make the VODs, but people are able to tune in on that side if they do so choose. Let me double check to make sure that is still going, because I would hate for that to be down. Tune in on that side. It is still going. Awesome. So yeah, there's a stream over there, and it's just going clean, and that gives me a new kind of setup there to keep that automatically doing the VODs for me, and I don't have to worry about it. The name of the stream should automatically update to the current title. Like, it might start with the wrong title, but it should automatically put the date. It says March 27, 2026, so it's already got that. Yeah, no, so I think I've got everything set up on that front as well. It's been a day of progress. It has been a day of progress. But I feel really good about what we've done. I don't know if there's any other good, like, overlay things that would make sense to kind of pop the layers out of, or, like, divide things up with a new overlay. But Promise Mascot Agency was one that really stood out to me. Like, we can redo this and we can make it cooler, right? Divide it up into 2 videos, play them at the same time, and really create something neat. BB, what are you doing? You look like you're having an existential crisis. You alright, bud? You good? I cracked the window, and it's a very, like, chill, like, breeze. And I think he's enjoying it. Mission Complete is a fun one, but I like having that directly over the game. That is one that could be popped out and put in front of my scenery, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm just really happy with the Promise Mascot Agency, because that had a, like, frame, right? I guess the one that would be interesting, right? Nobody uses it. Nobody uses it, but we have, where is it? We have this one. Oh, is it not even working? Oh, because there's a couple in here. What? Oh, does that mean one of these is broken? Wait, did I, okay. What? I had a meme button. Do I not use the meme one anymore? What played the meme action? Did I have a soundboard card that was just a random meme or a redeem for it? What's going on here? I think I don't use that one anymore. We've got, like, this, right? Which is in the correct spot. We've got that, but this one. Right, there's a typical style of that one, right? And we're looking at the typical style here. That one, I think, can be modified in a good way. Like, we could have fun with that one. Because, like, what if I did that one and it still went over the screen, right? Like, we could take that and have it still go where it is, but we could have the word "what" in the sky. So if I move this just to the, if I do here. Like, what if we do that, but we just make the word "what"? And then we fade the sky and then put a white border on the game screen. I think that'd be a fun way to do that, right? So let's go back to this. And then this is our game screen. So what I would like to do is fill can, black screen right there, right? And now we need blending options. We do a stroke, inside, color, white, right there. It is possible, Harlequin, to do that, but I don't think it's as I don't think it's as good for a streaming scenario to pause the screen to do that. Like, I understand the intent of the meme. I just don't want to do it that way. And we just do that, and that gives us a clean edge. You know, I think actually here, so I'm going to rasterize that layer. I'm going to do a blending option again. Because what I like to do is I like to take overlay effects that a lot of people do, but I like to do them in a way that isn't the expected way, or like I like to do them in a kind of new way that feels like more has been done. I want an outer glow, but I want it to be black right there. We're going to do max opacity so we get a little bit of an emboss here. Increase the size of it so we're creating a bit of a border. Switch over to the gradient, that'll feel a little bit better. Reduce the opacity down to like 60? Nah, 75. Innovate feels like it could work, but I think a better word might be... not innovate, but iterate. Iterate. I like to take what they've done and iterate it into a thing that is more fitting of my stream. Something that feels more like it belongs here. So we do this, right? So this is a nice, simple way to do that shape. So now, file, export, save for web. I'm going to take this, save this, and then this goes... I think it's in our old ones. Soundboard, visuals, meme. It's not in that one. Is it newer? I don't think it's newer, but soundboard, visuals, meme. Nah. What? Border. So again, this is the typical one. But now what we are going to do now, we're going to do game screen, and we're going to keep the one we had, go into visuals, meme. I'm apparently under videos. We're still going to need the audio from it. But right now, I'm going to grab visuals, meme, what border. So now we get that. Do I have the sound in there? This is the question. I got to find the sound. I really don't think it's going to be in there. It's going to be here. Soundboard random? Nope. Raw sounds? Right here. Reduce that a little bit. So now when I play it, okay, we're almost there, but we need a fade in and a fade out. Hey, Otter. Hey, Cold. So let's try that. Awesome, Snow. That is up for like 2 seconds too long. Let's try 8 seconds. Hit play again. That's pretty close. Maybe a 7. See if 7's better. There we go. So now we've got 7 on that, right? So now the border's there, but we are missing the word what. Now we could have fun with this in a handful of ways, I'm sure. I don't know how many of these I totally have, but we'll do that. We'll scale this up to a proper size, which is going to be like 300. But we need a font for this. I've got some Katamari ones in here, I know. You could really make it ours. Actually, am I missing them? Where are they? So there's the old one. Ah, it's these. So we've got that, and that are from Katamari. I kind of like this one. Right. So let's take this one. But then we're going to grab it here. Character, we want the color obviously to be white. So that way it stands up a little more. We're going to reduce the width of the letters. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We want to reduce the width of the letters, which is missing. Where are my... That's spacing. I don't want spacing. I want... What is going on here? None of these are... It's like I'm not allowed. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna slide these apart, right? And the reason I'm doing this is gonna be a little silly, but what I'd like to do here, copy layer style, rasterize type here, paste layer style. Go into the outer glow. Do I want outer glow? I don't know. Let's switch to stroke really quick. Outside. Something like that, but we reduce it a little more. No, we need it. I like doing that, but maybe inner shadow instead. Oh, there we go. We're getting a curve on it. They're almost 3D here. That little bit is almost 3D. Move it a little over. Something like that, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to go, just make that one a little off. Go back over here. Take the H, rotate it a little bit more that way. The A can stay where it is. It's a very balanced letter. The T can go like pretty far that way. And we'll take you and make you go that way, right? And I'm going to move these. Get these in place. Let me grab you. Right, so we do something like this with the lettering. And really quick, just for the sake of everything, I'm going to take this image, crop, export, save as, save what text, save, got it. And then we're just going to undo out here. And duplicate the one we have, go here, and we want mid, no light. Go here. Let's see, it shouldn't be, is it here? Visuals, meme, no. Soundboard, meme, nope. Soundboard, visuals, meme, what? And then that is now there. So there's a lot more like life to this. But now we need to go and move it down. Need to move it further down. I move you all the way down. Yeah, so see, it's slightly in the ground. This is what we want. So we're going to do like 85. 85 is too high. 88. 90. I want it just a little bit in the ground. And then let's move it over. I may have moved it too far there. Something like that. Now we do also have the option of doing mid with light, which has it a little purple. That's not bad, actually. Giving it that little bit of purple puts it in the scene a bit more. I kind of like that. Just giving it that little tint. However, we do need to scale this down. So let's try doing, I feel, well, actually, you know what? Let's test it. Okay, I'm going to do a wait of 2 seconds, and I'm going to take 2 seconds off of its length of time. And I'm going to take 1.5, so they fade out a little off. But ooh, that timing's really good. Okay, that is actually working out pretty well. I would like the appearance of it to be a, instead of a fade in, can we do a slide in up? And then maybe a fade out down? Okay, I think we just want to fade out for that. I love how much more involved this one feels. Like, this just feels better in the overlay than what we had before. Like, before it was just the solid image, right? Before we just had the what text popping up. Let me go over. We just had this. This is what was playing. And I'm not done. I want to be clear. I am not done here. We have one more step to this to really complete it. So I am going to go here and here, layer 0, select, deselect, go here. And we're going to drop the opacity down to, say, 75%. File, export. This might take some adjustment, but save you. What BG, save. Go here. And I think in order to pull this off, we need this one up at the top with the other one. I'm actually going to move this just slightly. to the front. We're going to add another weight in. Because I want to stagger this just a little bit. So we're going to add a weight into the front, and we're just going to make it be like 0.2 seconds. And then there should be right here. I forgot to change the image. So if we do it now. Okay, 75 isn't quite enough. Let's go 90%. I don't know if this is going to load from cache or not, so we may have to test that. But nope, there we go. I do worry that putting it on the purple might not be the best choice, though. So that is mid with light. Again, let's check mid no light. Yeah, I think no light's the better choice for the meme. I think we're too far to the side now, though. Am I wrong in saying that? I think we move it a little bit further to the right again. Just a little bit, like maybe here. A little more. I like it centered with the screen. I'm good with that. That feels really nice. Like, just compared to what we had, that feels really nice. It's made everything feel more incorporated. We have tweaked the trend of that whole thing. We've made it fit in a lot better. Everything feels good there, I think. I like that. That just feels good. So we've done that. We redid the Promise Mascot Agency one. Just again, for those who didn't see it, I'm going to play that really quick. We did this. Which we had remade that before, just to be clear. We made that before. That was from Promise Mascot Agency. But what we've done is we separated out the border effect that we had before, and we've now moved that back into the sky. So now that is behind everything, it fits more in the environment, and it's more ours. Whereas before it was just recreating what they had. This one is now incorporated with our overlay and works with it. It feels far more involved with it. So I think that was a good choice to kind of evolve it. Yes, Fenico. But yeah, I want to slowly redo them to work more with the overlay, make some of them hand-drawn rather than recreating. Like, recreating is something I am good at. I am very good at recreating visuals that others have done. I've always been good at that. Like, recreating special effects, all that.
Special?
I'd like to redo that one. Like, that was as close of a recreation as I could do with what was in the game. I'd like to redraw the star and redraw the word fading in, stuff like that, right? It's stuff like that. But, like, getting everything to feel good there. And then we've started out on our magma section. So this will be the magma drawing board. You won't be able to use red very well on the drawing board without it getting masked out. But other than that, that should work well. I might be able to pull it off in a way where you can still use red, just not in that border. But that might take some extra work that I don't want to do, and we'll see. We'll see where that ends up. But we've got it saved so I can do that. Do-do-do-do. Snow, do you want one of the Katamari cookies? Honestly, though, Namco, you're missing out. You need to make some Katamari cookie cutters. Katamari cookie cutters would make bank. What other random things do we have? Let me... I'm pulling out my own Streamloots cards. I need to redo a bunch of these. Not there. I need to go here. Like I need new graphics for these. I'm still like really proud of like this.
Step 1, stay alive. Step 2, think about not doing something like that again.
Like I recreated their 3, 2, 1 go perfectly, but it's not mine, right? So it'd be fun to do these in a really cool way. Blue's Clues is still one of my favorites. This one did get modified. It's actually in the border of the overlay now instead of built all into the thing. Blue Shell is a fun one. But like I've redone some of these and I like the feel of some of them, but like, I like the feel of some of them, but they don't quite work. My Fall Guys ones, I think, are still my best. Because I nailed those enough that they ripped me off. I say they ripped me off. But they, like, put my work into the actual thing, you know? So I'm very proud of those. Oh, we need to reduce the volume on the Thunder. The Streamloots for the Thunder for Katamari. It's not that it's a bad one, it's just very loud and I don't want to be that jarring. So I'm going to go... What about 50%? How loud's 50%? 50 is fine. I'm good with 50. The Pac-Man one was fun. Stripey socks or skeleton socks? One of both, Door. One of both. This is one. This is one that would do with a neat redo. Right, it's fading the game, but I think we could do more with that as an effect. I like the simplicity of it. But I think we could do more. I think we could make it into one that's more diegetic. Oh, different lengths I'd be fine with. Different textures, I get you. We've got our old Minecraft one.
Ugh.
I like this one. Wow. The Power Wash Ding is fun. I think if I really want to do the Power Wash Ding correctly, I need to make it a video at some point and just make it a shimmer that goes in an actual direction. Wasted is one I need to redo, like overall. Like the effect is right, but I'd like to do it for the entire overlay. It's mostly made out of images. This one actually might not be hard to mess with. Let me see. Streamlabs cards. Well, it should be an action group. So let's go to action groups. Game over. Wasted. Wasted is doing a lot of stuff. Right, so Wasted as a thing, it does the border, which you can see here, which is on game screen. If I just put that in front of Sky, it does it out there, right? Like we've already done that. I think there's also, where is it? Frontmost? So that's in front of everything except for the song. So we do that there. Like I don't even need to move things. I just need to change what layer they're on, right? That's the green flash. If we do frontmost here as well, will that work? Or does that need to be somewhere else? There's a seam at the bottom. Is that misaligned? No, okay. The texture is slightly off. If I just do... There we go. Seam's gone. So we do this. Having that do the whole screen, I think, is the right call. Sound plays, we do this. This is the border. Do we do this in front of everything again as well? Like, what are you? Yeah, that's the texture border again. And then you're the text, which I like the text there, but let's put it in... Let's try mid no light. So that puts it there, right? And then, so now? That's kind of fun here, right? It's not amazing. But I do like that. Everything feels more involved, right? They're little tweaks, they're little changes, but I think they all feel better. Hey, Nathan. Now, one that never gets used, I'll be real here. One that never gets used is the Suicider. And I'm not sure what that's... Is it jump scare? Yeah, it's under jump scare. So this is a really poorly made one I did way back. So it just flashes an effect. And it does that. So it's a video that plays, and it's on my game screen. And you can see it there. It's just faint. But what if we keep that one there and then do frontmost on it as well? So frontmost. One of these is sound. So if I just hit this. That does feel more intense. I'm not opposed to this. Let me double that up really quick. Or triple it. So I'll say this. It doesn't like me playing that many at once. It got really angry at me doing that. I lost 40 frames doing that. So... Can I, if I do one extra. One extra is fine. That many, though, wasn't. What if I do this? I think that's fine. That's one of each. Like, that's one of each doing that. That feels good. We're not doing a lot, but it is one of each, so they're both kind of there. But yeah, I need to make new cards. I need to do a lot of stuff, so like I understand that things aren't quite where they should be yet. But it does feel good to get some of those effects actually affecting the sky, things like that. Doing more. No, I don't. I don't, Harlequin.
All rise. Well,
Rude.
not all. Just you. Harlequin.
Well, you know what? That's actually
very
fine.
Specific about that.
Because I don't need to do anything right now, so I'm just gonna stand up and chat with you. Yap, 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 yap. I'm gonna open my drink. Ugh. But yeah, Magma's a pain to work with for overlay stuff. Is the big thing, right? So I don't really want to work on that on stream.
I'm pretty sure it's not Halloween, but
Rude.
Snowmath has provided you with a tricky treat anyway.
I don't want to work on aligning it on stream, because that's going to be a lot of flipping through sources and stuff, and that's not going to go well. Okay, open it up, and we got toothpaste or whatever the other flavor is. This one's not really a losing one. I'm having trouble closing the lid. Toothpaste or berry? We got toothpaste. It's fine. I'm here petting BB while I stand up. Boop-a-doop-boop. But no, I'm pretty happy with the way these look. I don't think they're perfect, but I think when we add the environmental lighting, they'll work really well. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take these, and then these will get placed on Magma, and then I'll be taking Magma as a source, and I will be masking that after it's logged in, and then that'll just be in the overlay as some visual assets, right? It's really not. It is really not a bad one. Hi, BB. I got your feets. I got your feets. You do need to trim your toenails. You don't like it when I do that, though. But if I don't, then you crack yourself upside the head. But I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all have had a good day. That was really all I wanted to get done today, so I do apologize that it's probably going to be a shorter one. I don't have more ideas. That first one I didn't expect to go as well as it did, which means I haven't really lost a lot of what I've been doing, which makes me feel really good. I've felt for a while that I've been losing the vibe when it comes to my my art streams because I haven't done them in so long. I haven't really done an art stream since September. So we're back. We're back doing this. We're back relaxing. I am going to play some Fallout, but I do want to rest my voice because I did talk a lot earlier today, and I think that really might have killed a bit of my voice. So a little bit of an issue there. I'm really, really hoping, though, that we'll be able to do a lot more art streams, especially since I got Photoshop working again. So we'll be able to do more art streams. We'll be able to draw together, do painting streams, do all that. I just really want to get Magma set up. So maybe Monday on my day off, I'll spend it working on getting Magma, or in between my work bits. But we've got these now. We've got these assets, which is the important part, right? Like I wanted to get these here going, and that is big. So having this feels good. I'll work on getting those into Magma soon. And then you'll all be able to draw and participate in the art streams. While I paint, you can paint too, and we can all paint together and have a great time, right? I am going to send you away, though. It has been fun, and I'm really happy that we got some stuff done and we changed the way things felt. Like, it just feels good. I am going to send you away to... Let's go with... You know what? Somebody I haven't rated in quite a while. I'm going to send... I don't think... I'm not even sure if I have ever rated them. But I am going to send you over to the wonderful Fran Opossum. They're playing Scritchy Scratchy, which is a game about scratching lotto tickets. I just got to learn how to spell possum, because I'm really bad at spelling possum. Okay. This should work. The stream is marked for mature, so I do apologize if you are not okay with that. It does include gambling, so that makes sense. And I believe it's marked mature for language more than anything. Yeah, just language. So a little bit of swearing. But I hope you have a fantastic one. Please take care of yourselves. Please be wonderful. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Rest your vocal cords, and I'll catch y'all later. That said, see ya. Love ya. Bye-bye.
感じるコスモを感じるわ